The Thanksgiving holiday is just around the corner, and that means that another wonderful event in our area is also just around the corner, and that is the Historic Brainerd Church's annual Thanksgiving Eve Candlelight Service. It's happening Wednesday, November 27th at 7 p.m., and it's at 798 Main Street in Sugarloaf. All are welcome. And to give you the special invitation, we have two lovely people here that are very involved with the Historic Brainerd Church Association. Karen Kuba is the secretary of the association, and Jim Williams is a trustee with the organization. Karen, this is one of the loveliest things that happens in our area, and it's happening again. You're keeping the tradition going, so that's lovely.
It is. This tradition has been going on, I can't even tell you how many decades, but at least since the 80s. And every year we have a guest pastor from one of the local churches. This year it's Father Stephen from St. John Bosco will be celebrating with us. But again, Lisa, it's a Christian service, but non-denominational, so all are welcome. All are welcome to come and give thanks for the many, many blessings that we share in this wonderful country of ours.
And it's extra special because there is no electricity in the church. So this is truly the original candlelight.
It absolutely is. There is no electricity or plumbing up at our beautiful Historic Brainerd Church, but we do play everything on a pedal organ, and we have a young man from the Cunningham Valley who's strong enough to do that pedal organ, and everything is done by candlelight. We do have some heat. We did put a little bit of heat in there, so it won't be that chilly in there. It'll be nice and cozy, but it is like stepping back in time almost 200 years.
That's a really nice way to start off the holidays then. And if that wasn't enough, you're adding another special event at the Historic Brainerd Church, a visit with Charles Dickens, and that's happening Sunday, December 1st at 3 p.m. So tell us about this.
Well, Mr. Dickens will be visiting us inside the church, and he's going to regale us with some of his most famous stories. Again, everything will be done by candlelight, so it'll be like we're back in Dickensian time with the actual author portrayed by an actor, of course, reading some of his famous stories for the holidays.
And this also open up to everyone. It's free, right?
Absolutely. It's free, and it is open up to everyone, but we do this for the benefit of the Historic Brainerd Church because, as you know, there's a lot to maintaining a building and the grounds, so we will be asking for donations.
Well, that's nice. And we all want to help out the Brainerd Church so it stays around for many more years to come. But you were talking about the maintenance and everything like that. There's been a refurbishing. In case you didn't know it, there is a one-room schoolhouse there, which is absolutely phenomenal. And Jim, I understand you handled that refurbishing project, so that must have been a major task.
That was a full month of my time back in late May, early June. We had the roof replaced, had the windows repaired, new paint, some siding, and general refurbishment. It turned out very well.
So what was it like for you working on that? Because that's a piece of history.
Oh, yes, it is. It's well over 100 years old. As far as I can research, it's back in the 1880s. So it needed some much due maintenance. And I was a project manager and engineer for years, so it was right down my alley.
So you enjoy doing that and preserving it for the community. So now many more people can go and view this, the school children and everyone who loves to go and see the Brainerd Church and the school.
That is true. And it was my goal to maintain it for historical purposes.
Well, congratulations on a job well done. That's really wonderful. So this is really something special. The school, the church, everything. There's a cemetery there. This is really a part of history that so many people cherish in our area. So obviously it's important to both of you, but you want it to be there for people to come from out of town, from locally, the school kids, everybody to be able to see it.
Absolutely. In fact, last year I had one of the girls from one of the elementary schools came to help set up our festival, and she walked into the classroom, and I don't think she'd ever seen a black chalkboard before. So she, well, how did they learn? And she's looking around like for outlets. There's no plugs for this, and there's no projectors. And so that was a wonderful teaching experience, you know. So she kind of, I saw her kind of looking at her phone and thinking about things in a little bit different way after that.
I'm sure. It's a step back in time. We see all these movies on television that are so beautiful, and that this is like a scene out of one of those.
It absolutely is. If you haven't visited there, it truly is, with the sunsets and the sunrises, and it's so serene. It's surrounded by the countryside and the farmlands, and there's horses on one side of the building. Oh, it's an amazing, beautiful place.
Absolutely, it is. So once again, you're invited to the Historic Brainerd Church's annual Thanksgiving Eve Candlelight Service, happening Wednesday, November 27th at 7 p.m., and that's at 798 Main Street, Sugarloaf. And then on December 1st, a Sunday, it's a visit with Charles Dickens, happening at 3 p.m. Two wonderful events to really put you in the mood for this holiday season, right?
Absolutely, and we would love to have everybody out there.